Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Krishna Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madhavan Mohan Hey Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madhavan Mohan Vrindavan Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Oh Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Hey Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariva 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 Gopamananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karamare Toma Vina Ke Dayalu Jagat Samsara Hey! Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Karamare Toma Vina Ke Dayalu Jagat Samsara Hey! Pachita Pavana Hitu Bhavavatara Gautama Pachita Prabhu Napaivayara Hey! Patita Pavana Hetu Savavachara Motama Patita Prabhu Napaiveya Ha Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Ipavolokana Kara Ami Bharatu Prabhu Nityananda Premananda Sukhi Vipavolokana Kara Ami Bharatu Hey! Joya Koro Sita Pati Ajaita Gosa Navakripa Vole Pai Hey Chaitanya Nitai Hey Joya Koro Sita Pati Ajaita Gosa Navakripa Vole Pai Chaitanya Nitai Svaruchana Thana Ruparaguna Vakta Yuga Shri Jiva Kabulokina Svaruchana Thana Ruparaguna Vakta Yuga Shri Jiva Kabulokina Oh! Joya Koro Shia Chaya Prabhu Srinivas Ramachandra Sangamage Hey Narottamada Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Gopimananda, Jaya Vishnupad, Param Jaya Sato Satashi, is the Vangesis Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON founder Acharya saved the whole world, Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Vishnupad, Param Jaya Sato Satashi, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki. Guru Parampara ki. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki. Prem Shri Gaur Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radhakani Giri Govardhan ki. Navandam ki, Duradam ki, Jagannath Puri ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Samaveda Bhaktivinoda ki, Gopramananda, Oh, glory to the Eternal Lord. Glory to the Eternal Lord. Glory to the Eternal Lord. Glory to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. The lotus feet of our spiritual master is the only way in which we can attain pure devotional service. We bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace one can cross the ocean of material suffering and attain the mercy of Krishna. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our heart with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic from emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scripture sings of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and Lord of master devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter at your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Om Jnana Timirandasya Janagana Salakayam Chakshus Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manovistam Shapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamaya Dadati Swapadantikam Bandehom Shri Guru Shri Atavada Kamalan Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagvajatan Sagana Raganatan Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sadvarutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitam Cha Hey Krishna Karana Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishavanu Stuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpa Tarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Vaevacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadha Shivasari Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nanda, I lost this thing. Om Jnana Timirandasya, we said that. So now we could say, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 6, Text 6. Pumso Vasya Satam Yayus. Pumsam Vasya Satam Yayus. Tadardam Chatitatmanaha. Tadardham Chatitatmanaha. Nishpalam Yad Aso Ratyu. Nishpalam Yad Aso Ratyayam. Ratriyam. Sate nidam raptitas tamaha. Sate nidam raptitas tamaha. Let's try once more. Pumso varsa satam yayos. Sadarham achitatmanaha. Vishvalam yadaso. Ratriyam Sati Nidham Papitita Tastamaha. Bolo. Pumsa Vasa Satam Hiyayu Tadartam Chatitatmanaha. Ishasonada Soratyam Deti Naham Prapatastamaha. Pumsa Vasa Satam Yayu Tadardam Chatitatmanaha. Nishvalam Yada Soratyam Vite Tatam Prapasama. Putan Vasa Samjayu Tadartam Chatitatmanaha. Isasham Yada Suratyam Vite Adam Papitastamaha. Matajis. Pumsa Vasa Satam Yayu Taradam Chatitatmanaha. Ishvaram Yadaso Yatyam Vite Naham Papastitama. Pumsa, of every human being. We don't know English, everybody knows English?
Maharaj, English translation is going on other place.
Pumsa, of every human being. Varsa Satam 100 years. He, indeed, Ayu, duration of life. Tat, of that. Ardham, half. Cha, end. Ajitat Atmana, of a person who is a servant of his senses. Nishphalam, without profit, without meaning. Yat, because. Asho, that person. Ratyam, at night. Sete, sleeps. Andam, ignorance, forgetting his body and soul. Praptitaha, being completely possessed. Tamaha, darkness. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So are we going to translate as we go, or we just to speak English? What's the system?
Translation, purport, and then class starts.
Normally we do Prabhupada's purport, then into Hindi. No, English. I see, okay. No. Every human being has a maximum duration of life of 100 years. But for one who cannot control his senses, half of those years are completely lost because at night he sleeps 12 hours, being covered by ignorance. Therefore, such a person has a lifetime of only 50 years. Report. Lord Brahma, a human being, and an ant all live for 100 years, but their lifetime of 100 years are different from one another. This world is a relative world, and its relative moments of time are different. Thus, the 100 years of Brahma are not the same as the 100 years of a human being. From Bhagavad Gita, we understand that Brahma's duration of 12 hours equals 4,300,000 times 1,000. Sahasra Yuga Prayantam Ahor Yad Brahmano Vidu. Thus, the Varsha Satam, or 100 years, are relatively different according to time, person, and circumstances. As far as human beings are concerned, the calculation given here is right for the general public. Although one has a maximum of 100 years of life, by sleeping, one loses 50 years. Eating, sleeping, sex life, and fear are the four bodily necessities. But to utilize the full duration of life, a person desiring to advance in spiritual consciousness must reduce these activities. That will give him an opportunity to fully use his lifetime. Okay, you understand?
Hare Krishna. So we are very, very fortunate to have his divine association of His Holiness Trivikram Swami Maharaj. We always used to hear about Maharaj in Lilamrut, about Trivikram Swami Maharaj. So we never got to see Maharaj and hear. So this is Srila Prabhupada mercy on us. So Maharaj has come here to give his association. I just like to give briefly introduction of Maharaj. His Holiness Trivikram Swami Maharaj was born in 1941 and was initiated by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada in 1969 and was given a sannyas initiation in 1971. During Srila Prabhupada's presence on this planet, he was regularly assigned by his spiritual master to preach in various countries throughout the world, such as Japan, Taiwan, Philippines, and India. He is well known for his full obedience to Srila Prabhupada's teaching, mood, and instructions. As Srila Prabhupada personally said about him, he will always go wherever I send him. He is currently heading up the temple in Orlando, Florida, USA. He is also actively preaching in Poland, and he has been accepting disciples on behalf of his spiritual master and ISKCON since 1987. So we are very grateful, Maharaj, you have come and given your association. So let us chant one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra by chanting loudly to welcome and grateful Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Thank you, Maharaj.
So I'm happy to be here. I don't know if I've ever been in this temple. I don't think so. Huh? I was here at this time. Okay, so let's read about this verse and the purport. Let's discuss how Prabhupada is saying we're wasting our time eating, sleeping, mating, and depending. So, Atata Brahma Jigyasya. Human life is meant to inquire. The real inquiry is, who am I and why do I have to suffer? When Sanat Goswami came to Lord Chaitanya, this is what he asked him. Kayami, who am I and why I have to suffer? So he said, no, I'm not suffering. Yes, you have to suffer. Aridaitik, aridovik, aribotik. The three kinds of suffering that we can't avoid from our own mind and body, from the nature, too cold, too hot, and from other living entities, mosquitoes coming. So we have to suffer, that's a fact. But nobody wants to suffer. Why is that? Because actually our nature, original nature, is blissful, ananda. Satchitananda. This is our original position. But we've disqualified ourselves. We become covered by false ego. False ego what? False ego wants to be the enjoyer, the primary enjoyer, or the predominant enjoyer. But that's not our position. Just like the hand is part of the body. It gets its nourishment. But how? Not by eating the food, but by bringing the food in the mouth. So, similarly, if we serve Krishna, then we'll get all our needs will be there. We won't have to be in anxiety. Otherwise, this is a kunta. Vaikuntha is free from anxiety, but this world is full of anxiety, especially on your roads. I can't believe it. Cars are coming, scooters are coming, and there has to be an anxiety because in 1 second it can be death, accident. So we want to get free from this anxiety. And so we think, well, I'll make enough money, then I'll get a big skyscraper, I'll live on the top floor. No, you can't avoid. Whether you're the richest man in the world, you still have these three troubles that will what's the word I'm looking for? That will overcome you. You can't avoid it. So therefore, we should take impetus from the negative side and become more serious about our devotional service. It's like Dhruva Maharaj, how serious he was. He was so serious that within 6 months the Lord appeared in front of him. Because he was so serious, he wasn't doing anything except remembering the Lord. He didn't eat, he didn't sleep, standing on his toes like that until he even stopped breathing. And then the demigods got worried because the whole universe was being choked up for lack of air. So anyway, the purport is, it depends on our determination, how much we're ready to sacrifice for the pleasure of the Lord. And it's not really, it becomes joyfully performed. It's not really difficult. Like Prabhupada said, no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, no meat eating. I'm simply asking you to give up this poison. These things are poison. If it says on the package, this is harmful to your health, but still. Alcohol, we know it's used to kill germs. But we drink it, we think, oh, this makes me feel good. It's a poison. Meat eating is also a poison. We're not equipped to digest the meat. The dogs and cats, they have short intestines. So the food gets pushed out quickly. But we leave it, it takes a long time. And while it's there, the meat has rotten and putrefied, and it goes into it, and they get so much colon cancer. People get cancer because they don't eat the right food. So our process is very joyful. We have the best food, prasadam. We have the best association and by far the best philosophy. This philosophy is invincible. If you understand this philosophy, nobody can defeat it. Who is there? I'm challenging now. I'm saying I can give these points of philosophy that no one can counteract. Like, the point is, there must be God. Oh, no, maybe there was a Big Bang. What is that nonsense? What caused the Big Bang? There has to be some creator. Otherwise, how are things created? And creator, and not only a creator, but intelligent creator. Because intelligence we see in the creation. The seasons are changing, the sun is remaining in its orbit. There must be intelligence and a creator. So then we come to the point then, if we have a creator and an intelligent creator, we call him God. There must be God. So like this, we can defeat every argument. Prabhupada was very forceful about exposing these rascals, so-called scientists, and defeating them. Nobody could stand in front of Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. So he wanted us to be like that, especially those who misinterpret the Bhagavad Gita. I saw personally that Prabhupada became disturbed, that they would take Bhagavad Gita and twist the meaning of that Krishna is clearly giving. What is he clearly saying? Man mana bhava, mad bhakta. Become my devotee. He's clearly saying that. But then they say, no, it's not the Krishna you have to... One of the commentators, it's not the physical son of the Devaki that you have. They think Krishna has a physical body. But in the Bhagavad Gita itself, it says very clearly that in that same body, he spoke millions of years ago to Vibhishwan. So how can he have a material body? No. Not only Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita, Srimad Bhagavatam, they all describe Krishna as the original person. So we can defeat everybody, but in order to experience it, we have to strictly follow. And that's difficult because our habit is there since time immemorial to put ourselves in the center. Prabhupada was telling how the story of one big politician in previous generation. And he was famous wherever he went. But Prabhupada said he would give it a laddu, immediately threw in his mouth. Like a child does the same thing. You give him some sweet, immediately it goes in his mouth. They don't think, oh, this is coming from Krishna, I should offer to Krishna. No. Because a false ego. Therefore the world is a place of chaos. There's wars are going on here and there because the leaders are puffed up. And they think that they have a right to encroach on others. Like in Ukraine. And now Putin, and with Trump in America, now he wants to control Panama or some other place, was it Greenland or something? They want to expand. In that way they feel. And that was the same mentality of Alexander the Great and all the conquerors. The whole world is contaminated. Therefore, we should give up our attempt to make it perfect and get out. We can advise them how to make it better, but it's never going to be, because just like a prison house, it's a prison house. So how are you going to make a prison house ideal? The bars are coming. You can't go out at night. Punishment is there. So we're being punished. Dukalaya mashashvatam. Krishna says it's temporary and full of trouble. And he made it like that so we could get impetus to turn to him. He doesn't like to see us rotting here, birth after birth, going through so many species of 8,400,000, going to, just like we're reading here, a few days we live, and then 100 years. 100 years is not long. Now I'm 84. The time just goes through. You can't hold it. I'm surprised how old I am. I don't feel old. But it's an opportunity, a rare opportunity. Everything is favorable. We have the human form. We have the, you can say, meeting with the pure devotee, Srila Prabhupada. He's here in his books. And then we have a little intelligence to take it up. You must have intelligence, you wouldn't be here. So now we have to take it up with full earnestness. Don't be sloppy. Try to do it without skipping the details. Sometimes we want to get to the end before we're qualified. We have to go step by step. Like the example is given of a caterpillar is moving from one twig to the other. First they bring their front legs, then they bring the back. So step by step, if we do it, what does that mean? Step by step, we can make progress. And we should see that progress. What is the first progress? Is we're losing our attraction for the so-called material pleasures. Prahlad calls it chewing the chewed. They're not really pleasure. Maybe you get a little relief from the misery and you think, oh, now I'm happy. Like the example is given, it's really cold and you put on a warm coat and you think, oh, but it's just the relief from the misery of the cold. It's not really positive. There's no positive happiness in this world. A little bit of happiness is there in the sex life, the genital, the nature has done that, put that pleasure there. Otherwise, nobody would bother having children. It's so much work, so much trouble, just to enjoy. But nature tricks us, yes. This sex life is wonderful. Okay. Then we were coming just now in the car, the driver was saying he has 3 children. And 1. So this is the pleasure of life, family life. Everybody is thinking this is the highest pleasure. Even Arjuna was thinking, how can I fight my family members? So we have to get beyond this family conception. Otherwise, we'll get another family in the next life, here in the material world. Because that's our desire. We want to have an ideal family, then we're going to get another family. Sometimes the example is given of, we're driving on the highway, and there's a rest stop there. And so we pull over and get something to eat, and we're sitting next to somebody, and we're talking with them. We never saw them before. But still, we're friendly, and they're friendly. Then they get back in their car, and we get in our car, and we go in our own way. So this is how we are. We think, oh, I'm so attached to this family of mine. But in a few days, you're going to be separated, and that's it. You may meet again by chance in a million years. So what is the value of this family? It's like water on a lotus petal. It's dropping off. We can't hold it. I had a family, my mother and father and brothers and sisters, but they're all gone. This is the nature of the material world. I never got married, but did I miss anything? You're married. So you advise me I should get married? Huh? Okay. Anyway, the point is, this material world is temporary and full of trouble. And we have opportunity to get out of it. But Prabhupada gives the example of striking when the iron is hot. The blacksmith, he's striking, and when the iron is red hot, you can bend it. So now we have this red hot opportunity to go back home, back to Godhead. Everything is laid out for us, but we have to apply it. And nobody's going to force us, because desire is the symptom of the soul. One of the symptoms of the soul is desire. And by desire, we come here to the material world. So we want to go back to the spiritual world. We have to have a strong desire for it. Otherwise, we'll be carried away by the pleasures of this world, which are temporary and full of trouble. So take this opportunity seriously. Don't allow it to pass. Just like in business, a man may be doing business his whole life, and then an opportunity will come that if he takes it, he can become a rich man. So something like that. We can become spiritually rich and go back home, back to Godhead, have eternal life full of knowledge and bliss. But we have to take it. Nobody can force us to take it. Therefore, we don't preach to the faithless. It was the 9th offense, right? Don't preach the glories of the holy name to the faithless. We can't force them. We set an example. That's the best way, Acharya, like Srila Prabhupada. But then we have opportunity there to preach. We should also preach. Especially in your country, people know about Krishna and they've heard of Bhagavad Gita. So whoever you meet, talk to them about Krishna. That was Lord Chaitanya's advice. Okay, any questions?
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Maharaj, you said that choose the opportunity. Take the opportunity. You have the
The
opportunity.
opportunity.
So after coming to Krishna consciousness also, so to become a serious is also and choosing the things. We have to choose to be a serious about spiritual life. So that point of choosing the seriousness sometimes doesn't come. At least I have seen in my life. I have not become that serious which I am supposed to be. So that point of melting point come it when it comes, Maharaj. Because
Yeah, therefore we need Guru. Prabhupada used to chastise me like anything. We hear Prabhupada on the tape. Sit properly. Telling you. So Guru will do that. So I tell you how Prabhupada chastised me? Everybody likes to hear somebody else being chastised. No. Okay, we were in London, 1969. Prabhupada had sent me there after he initiated me. The grihastas there, they wanted some brahmachari to help because there were three grihastas were managing the center, and boys were coming. So they said, Prabhupada, we need a brahmachari to help us train up these new boys. So Prabhupada sent me there, and then within 1 month, he came himself. And I was the brahmachari, so I got the service of giving massage to Srila Prabhupada. I'd never given massage before. The first day I gave massage, it took 45 minutes or an hour. He liked strong massage because the doctors had told him that he had a heart attack, said it was good for his circulation of his blood to get vigorous massage. So I was doing that. And then after the first day, I had never given massage before. After the first day, I said to Srila Prabhupada, I'm going to go to the library and get a book, How to Give Massage, so I can be more expert at that. I said, not necessary, Prabhupada said. You read Bhagavad Gita and Krishna will tell you how to give massage. So I was doing that. And then after about 3 weeks or something, we had the first big open program. And the Hindus, many came, because in London there's, a lot of Hindus. So maybe 50% were Hindus. And 300 or 400 people, which for us was a big crowd in those days. And we advertised, Srila Prabhupada's coming. So then, during the class, Prabhupada was speaking. First we had Kirtan, then Prabhupada was speaking class. And one Indian man was interrupting. What about Lord Shiva? Why you only speak about Krishna? Like that, something. I don't remember exactly, but like that. Then Prabhupada quieted him, but then 5 minutes later, again he stood up and interrupted Prabhupada was giving a lecture. He stood up, interrupted Prabhupada's lecture, and started, speaking again. And Prabhupada said, "Sit down, you are nonsense." So we never saw Prabhupada so bold, because when we deal with him privately, he was so humble. But I liked it, being a passionate American. I like to see Prabhupada fired up. So the next day, it was a series of lectures. So I was giving massage again, but my mood was to get Prabhupada in shape for another knockout performance. So I was massaging and talking and massaging. And then it was kind of like, you and me, Prabhupada, we could take over the world. But he didn't like that. He saw that I was a false ego. It was coming out, that I wanted to be great. I wanted to be a great devotee. And me and Prabhupada, we could do something great. So we shouldn't think like that we can be great. We can be good devotees, but we shouldn't want to be a great devotee with our name in lights or something. No, we should be humble. So I was going on like that, and then suddenly Prabhupada said, "No!" And my hands froze on his body. And then he said with another voice, like a 7-year-old child, from way in his heart, he said, "I am just a humble servant." And I was so embarrassed. I was thinking, God, this person is such an aristocrat, and I'm just an ordinary Sudra off the street. How can I even be allowed to be in the same room with him? What to speak of touching his body, what I was doing. And I felt very humble. There was a throw rug there. I thought I should go under the rug. So Prabhupada made me humble, which was rare for me to be a little humble. He made me humble because he was so humble. And that was genuine. He was speaking from the core of his heart. I am just a humble servant. How could he be so humble? Because he was always remembering Krishna and his spiritual master. And in that relationship, he was a humble servant. He wasn't artificially humble. He was really humble. So we can also be really humble and enthusiastic also. Prabhupada once called me in his room in Calcutta, and he wanted me to open a center in Taiwan because the owner or manager of the big company, DuPont chemical company, they had a branch there, and he wanted to help finance the movement if we opened a center there. So he wanted us to come to Taipei, Taiwan. And Prabhupada was enthusiastic about it because we didn't have anything in China or Hong Kong even. So he called me into his room and he told me that this is what he wanted me to go and take a few brahmacharis, I was sannyas, and go to preaching there. So my first reaction was, oh, the Chinese. Chinese are tough, I was thinking, because the Chinese I knew in America, I never saw Chinese hippie. You know, we were hippies and we just threw things away, you know, sometimes they burnt money, the hippies, you know, but Chinese were very careful. So my first reaction was, oh no, I don't want to go there. But by the time I left Prabhupada's room, he was so enthusiastic, he made me enthusiastic. And I was, yeah, we're going to China, Republic of China. So that was Prabhupada's quality. He was very enthusiastic. How could he be? Old man, but he was so enthusiastic. And he once said like that, this whole movement is spread on enthusiasm. And he was referring to his own enthusiasm. But we can't even stay awake. Yes, he's poking you because you're sleeping. If you can't stay awake, stand up. What is so difficult? You won't fall asleep when you're standing up. Okay, anything else? I have a book with all my experiences with the Srila Prabhupada. So, yeah. How can you be a good devotee? You can ask good questions in class. That's a good. You can be a good devotee by cooperating with other devotees. This is the mood. This is Prabhupada's mood. He wanted us to have an institution. An institution means management, and somebody may be posted above us, and so but we have to cooperate. Otherwise, the movement won't go on. So a good devotee is one who is eager, happy to cooperate with other devotees and accepts the authority of the managerial system. There's a system that Prabhupada left, GBC, Temple President. He said, manage the way we've been managing. And sometimes and then he gave the example, because the Temple President may tell us to do something which is not proper. But we should do it, and then inquiry. In other words, we can't just rebel. He gave the example of the court system. We can bring it to court. We can go to the next level. The Temple President is dealing with us improperly. We can go to the regional secretary. And then if he's not happy, if he doesn't satisfy us, we can go to the GBC. And then so he gave the example of a court system. You can appeal. So that's what we have to do. We can't just, think this whole thing is wrong and I'm leaving. The devotees have done that, but that's not pleasing to Prabhupada. We have to stay, cooperate together, push on this movement, and keep he gave the example of the Indian Railway. They have a symbol that they put in there, keep the wheel turning. So Prabhupada liked that. Yeah, keep the movement going. I see it's going here. So many people are coming, right? You have so many brahmacharis. So this is the mood. We want to expand. And whoever we meet, we talk to them about Krishna. So internally we cooperate with our devotee brethren, and externally we preach to the non-devotees if they're a little innocent. And then Prabhupada was saying, because there's four things, right? They're innocent, what are the other three? There's the atheist we avoid, in general. The devotees we associate with. The innocent we preach to, and the Lord we worship. Those four things. So we want to worship the Lord and avoid the atheist, but preach to the innocent. And then the Prabhupada was asked, well, how do we know who's innocent? And Prabhupada said, if they're ready to hear from us, then we can say that they're innocent. So you have experience and you meet people, if they're a little interested and they're ready to hear from us, because we have a message, we have a mission. We're not just concocting something, we're working under authority. Parampara, disciplic succession, the knowledge is coming down. So we shouldn't be bashful about presenting the knowledge. It's not my knowledge, it's Krishna's. So why not hear from us? So that's the externally we preach to the innocent, and internally we cooperate together. And that way the movement will expand. Thank you for that question. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. My name is Janva Das. I'm disciple of His Holiness Kadam Kanan Swami. Now that Maharaj isn't around in physical form, I sometimes find it kind of difficult to cope up with a situation that I might get caught up in. Like, usually when he was around, I used to just run to him or just call him away, and he'll be there to guide me. But now, even after doing a lot of chanting and listening to lectures and reading Bhagavad Gita, I'm still not able to find that inner peace that I used to experience at once. So what do you reckon?
Wrong. You should be peaceful. This is the peace formula. We read in the 5th chapter Bhagavad Gita, the last verse, Bhoktaranyakla tapasam sarvalokameshwaram. And Prabhupada talks in the purport there. You can read it, 529 or 30, I think. Thank you. And there Krishna is clearly telling us that we should keep him in the center. So why are you having trouble keeping? You think that you're more important than Krishna? Yeah, so then we can see Krishna. We can see Krishna says he's the light of the sun. He's the ability in man. He's the strength of the strong. So we should be able to see Krishna in everything we're doing. We're working for Krishna. So if we're doing something wrong, means a false ego is overcoming us again. And we want to put ourselves in the center. Just like a 2-year-old child. It's very difficult for them. Because of false ego, they want to do what they want to do, whenever they want to do it. On the airplane, they just start screaming and calling, causing disturbance. They don't care if 100 people are disturbed, because they're completely self-centered. So that's how we're born. We're coming out of that condition. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we can become a little humble and understand we don't belong in the center. Otherwise, the tendency is, what about me? Me. So we have to be philosophical, understand we don't belong in the center. Ishavasham. God belongs in the center. And then we can feel peaceful. We'll be peaceful if we're doing God's work, because that's our original constitutional position. Same example, the hand is serving the body. It's not trying to enjoy the food separately. But we're trying to enjoy this material nature separately. Therefore, we feel disturbed, because we can't. Therefore, what is the most popular song of the biggest rock group, Rolling Stones? What is that song? I can't get no satisfaction but I try and I try and I try. They say wherever they go, people ask them to sing that song. Why is that? Because they're not satisfied. Nobody's satisfied in this material world. But when they see that there's 500 people are also not satisfied, they feel a little better. Misery likes company. And that's it. That's why it's such a popular song. So why can't you communicate with your guru?
Prabhuji, because Maharaj took Samadhi in 2023.
He left his body?
Yes. His Samadhi is in ISKCON Goshawa in Vrindavan.
Oh, Kadam. I was with him there in the last days a little bit. He's not communicating with you in other ways?
Through his messages recorded and written, I'm connected.
If you pray sincerely, I think he'll help you even now. But otherwise, you can get help from sadhus. That's one of the authorities, right? Guru and sadhu. So sadhus are there. Like your Radhanath is here, right? He comes here. This is just like most of his. So speak to the sadhus. And they can help you. I can meet with you also. I don't think I'm a sadhu, but if I'm here for 3 days. If you want to come and we can discuss.
Absolutely. I would love that, Maharaj.
Thank you. Anyone else? From the ladies' side? Yes, give the second.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I'm very much thankful to hear from you. So what I mean to say is that till that fear of death is there, like, I was not having that before. But then after my parents have expired, then I realized, I used to hear everyone is going to die, everyone is going to die.
Very good, you realized, yes.
But then that realization...
Yudhishthira said the most wonderful thing is that everybody is going to die, but nobody thinks it's going to happen to them.
I also never thought.
So now you got the realization. It's going to happen to you too. You can be sure you're going to die, yes.
So that fear is there, that fear...
No, but then come to the first teaching of Bhagavad Gita. You're not this body. You don't die. Dehinosmin yata dehe. You get another body.
Maintaining now, since the age is coming, maintaining of the body, I should maintain it, I should maintain it, I should have a...
Yeah, because this is Krishna's body. He's given you this body for use. You should use it in his service. Instead of abusing it or neglecting it, no, we should keep it healthy. So we can do service with it. Just like if somebody lends you their car, and then you should be very careful. It's not your car. You keep it oiled and so on, and get the checkups, and don't just neglect it. So similarly, we should keep our health so that we can assist Prabhupada in his mission.
Achha. One more thing is that you just mentioned that you are 84. So just I'm asking, is there anything, it is naturally, or are you you can take care to, you don't know how much age we are going to have, but still basic something if you can suggest?
I don't follow.
No, just to maintain the good health of a car, you said the maintenance of the body, basic something good.
Let him translate. Yeah, don't eat too much.
Achha.
More people die from overeating than undereating. Probably.
Okay.
You get diabetes, and don't eat so much sugar. Eat healthy food. Devotees eat too much sugar because it's it's offered to the deity, which is perfectly. But we should just take a little bit. If we eat over too much sugar, then we get diabetes and all these problems. So that's one. Some exercise.
And do for the mission as more and more. And chanting is very important, isn't it?
It's the most important. Yes, this is, and we should chant. And what is the most important aspect of chanting? Is to hear the mantra. Once I was waiting to give Prabhupada massage, I had my beats, I was chanting, and Prabhupada stopped what he was doing, he looked at me and said, You listen when you chant? In other words, I wasn't listening. And then I started to give an excuse. Prabhupada read my mind. He said, I know you listen, but you have to listen very carefully, because this chanting is the whole essence of our philosophy. That's what he said. Chanting is the whole essence of our philosophy. So this is the most important time. Therefore we get up, Brahma Muhurta hour, and we chant and listen very carefully. I was chanting my rounds coming from Bombay today. I finished 16 rounds in the time it took. And I was listening very carefully. You know, I was kind of had my eyes closed, because if you open your eyes on the roads here, it's like a hell. For me, these roads are like a cultural shock. The way people drive, it's like, and the pedestrians, boy, they have no choice. They're like, sometimes you see the pedestrians in the middle of the road, they can't go back and they can't go forward. Because in the West, we don't see that. It's more, you know, there's a white line, you can't cross over it. There are not so many scooters. The scooters are also a hazard, right? They go, anyway, that's my personal problem here in India. So I closed my eyes and I was chanting good. I thought, you know, I was listening very carefully. So that's the best time. Chant very carefully in the morning. Brahma Muhurta hour is the best. And then gradually you'll see. And the first step, again, like we were saying, is that you lose your attraction for material things. Everybody is addicted to sense gratification. But when you get a higher taste, param just a navarti te, and then you can give up this lesser thing. It doesn't bother you. You're not so lusty or greedy. You can see a beautiful woman and think, oh, what's she going to be like 40 years from now? She'll lose her beauty, right? Because it's a ephemeral beauty. There's the story, right? The liquid beauty. Maybe some of you know that story. I'm not going to get into it now, but it's ephemeral. Here today and gone tomorrow. So why are we so attached to it? Okay, anyone else? Let's stop here. Srimad Bhagavatam ki. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna, let us thank Maharaj. And Maharaj also is going to give his association on Thursday again here morning. So we can bring our friends and our devotee friends and to have the association. So let us thank Maharaj by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. His Holiness Trivikram Swami Maharaj ki jai.